This is Crow.org, and we are going to use a Sentinel value. The customer class represents a customer of the Project Mercury Pastries food truck. It has an instance variable called customer desserts. It does? Yep, that's our instance variable. It can store some data for the customer's dessert. Shocking. Write the method modify dessert in the customer class to use the scanner class to modify the dessert flavor or price. Stuck, have a look at the pseudocode in the show me how to help you. Show me how. Oh, that is actually helpful. Also, guys, let's always keep in mind our resources. I believe it was 2. Let's double check. We have a great example of this, right? So if I scroll down in the clothing class, yep, modify clothing. So there's another pretty solid example for us to peek at. Let's head back. Okay, so let's see. Write a method, modify dessert, in the customer class to use the scanner method. Okay, so, oh, and they already provide us this. Great. So, and we can take a look at their scanner code. Create a scanner object. So, scanner. We've used input traditionally for this, so I'll keep going on that. And it's going to be new scanner. We're instantiating the object, and it's system.in. And again, we could use our resources, right? Look, bam. They provided us this. All right, so that's a great way to get going. And now what they want is while choice is greater than or equal to 0. So, I need to define a choice variable. Int choice is greater than, let's do 0 here. Cool, int choice is going to be equal to 0. And let's go ahead and start with our wall. I'm not sure quantity. I'll add that if we need it. So the pseudocode's so nice. Wall choice is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, sure, I guess. And curly brackets. Prompt the user to choose 1 for flavor, 2 for price, or -1 to quit. Okay, so system.out.print. I'm not going to put an LN next to this. We could. Oh, they actually did. So if you want them to answer on the next line, we can force an LN and their input would go to the next line. If we want them to answer next to the question, oh, I did that. If we want them to answer next to the question, we would just use print. And it looks like, yeah, I like the idea. Did they use that for choice? They used print LN for choice. Okay, cool. I'll do that. So I'll just use print then, and I'm going to copy their example. Print ln, what do you want to change? And again, this is kind of up to you. They don't give us this detailed of information. What was their formatting on this guy? 1, okay. And they said -1 to quit. And then, boop. And I did just a print so they could answer on this line. Bam. Okay. And then what do we need? Well, that option is going to need to be stored in choice. So choice is now going to be equal to input, right? Because that's what we're using. Input dot next int. Because this is our scanner object. And again, use our resources right here. System, yep. System out, print next size is next line, input next double. So if we want, we could assign this something. I'm liking how they do this though. We can also use a method. I might revisit this and do it that way. All right, so now once they have selected their choice, let's say, if choice equals 1, we said flavor. I'm not going to do ln so they can answer on this line. Enter the new flavor. And then if we want to use a variable here, fine, string new flavor or yummy flavor, or we could just call it flavor, but I'll do this and say input.next line. Did we do next line over here? Ah, And cool. Yep, next line for flavor. And then we're going to run set flavor. Boom, boom. Now, what am I setting the flavor of? Right? Private dessert, customer dessert. But it looks like we pass it here. Okay, so we do pass a value to have a dessert. Cool. All right, set flavor. So we need to use then customer dessert. Because that's what we're going to ask to set the flavor of. Cool. Now, guys, I am going to be a bit lame, but I'm just going to hit copy because this next chunk of code is pretty similar. And I'm going to hit paste. Now, I definitely have to change things, right? If the choice is 2, enter the new price. And I'll say price is a double. Double's not capitalized because it's a primitive data type. New price. And then let's use next. Well, what do we do over here? Sure, let's use next double like they did. Okay, custom dessert set flavor, nah, set price. All right, and then finally, what if it is -1? We don't do a thing, right? Because this loop will run as long as choice is greater than or equal to 0, right? But if it's -1, we're out of here. Except 0 is not an option. No, fine. We could have a condition to check for that. Close the scanner. Okay, so where does it open? Right here, so we can close it right after the while loop. Let's clean this up a bit and see what I broke. And we have a lot of leeway, guys, for how we ask for input and such. Okay, and let's go ahead and try to run this. Is it going to run over here? It does. Modify dessert. Test modify dessert and enter orders. Oh, that's the other part of this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do my customer dot modify dessert. And now we get to see what we have to debug. It's very likely that I missed something here. This is a lot of code. What did we miss? Set price. Cannot be implied given type. Okay. Oh, we didn't pass anything, or I didn't. So here I would do new flavor for this guy. And yep, new price here. Oh, it looks like we're gonna wanna wipe. Let's wipe out input after this to make sure it's cleaned off. New flavor. Berry flavor. Is this a cookie? Oh, whatever. What do you want to change? Price. $5.44. Enter. Quit. -1. Hey, new flavors berry. $5.44. We did it. Yeah, let's make sure not to forget to make that change as well. Cool. This is looking really good. All right. Onward.